One of the questions that always comes up about Coturri wines is the fact that we don't use sulfites. The issue around sulfites is essentially it's a preservative that's added to wine at the fermentation to either inhibit or kill the natural yeast. And then later in the vinification and aging of the wine, it's used as a preservative, an antioxidant to preserve freshness. We at Coturri Winery have not used sulfur dioxide, SO2, from the very beginning. Our first vintage as a professional winery was in 1979. In 28 years, we have never put anything in the wine. Nothing's added to it, nothing's taken away. Now, this has always been a very complex issue about our wines. People, sometimes it gets in the way of what people think about in terms of the wine, that what makes that difference. And one of the things I firmly believe, it's my opinion, is that SO2, sulfur dioxide, is a poison. And essentially, it should not be in any food product that we're ingesting. I think that SO2 obviously inhibits the native yeast that we use. We use natural yeast in all our fermentations. It also gets in the way of the fruit, doesn't allow the fruit to be expressed as well as it could be in the wine. But more importantly, it really diminishes, and if used at high enough levels, takes away terroir, the taste of earth, the sense of place of a wine, which I think is probably one of the most important aspects of wine. Wine, or for that matter, all food, should really have an expression of where it came from. It should really be able to taste the produce, taste the meat, taste the fruit, taste the wine, taste the beer, and really give to the consumer a very clear idea that this actually came from somewhere. And I think using our organic and biodynamic growing methods and limiting the use of any chemicals in our food is going to make a huge difference. Now, I'm saying this not so much as trying to convince or criticize other ways that wine are made. This is the way that we choose to do it, and I think we should be given the same respect that all other wines are given. I mean, there's plenty of choices, and I think that's what, as human beings and as adults, we really need, is to have choices, and that's what I'm really putting out there. I think that and the aspect of truth and labeling go hand in hand. I think that, whatever's put into any food product should be listed on the label. Right now in the wine business, only sulfur dioxide has to be on the label. There's plenty of other additives that can be put into wine that do not have to be mentioned. There was a poll taken, and I believe upwards to 83% of the American population wants to know what they're putting into their bodies when they ingest something. The criticism being that if there was truth in labeling in wine or other products, the consumer would be put off by it, not understanding what these things are, and stop buying it. I don't think that's the issue. A product as simple as Twinkies has complete label disclosure, and they're sure not going out of business with them. So I think the very first step is to really get some truth in labeling going in our wine industry.